I did it again. I tested some of the newest niche fragrance releases. I have here the tester strips. I will describe them in 3 words, more or less. I will give each a rating and I will put them to my SIU test. Do they deserve a place in my collection or not? Spoiler alert, they are not as great as I hoped. Let's go. Kilian, Her Majesty. Woody and refreshing blossoms. A 4 out of 10. It's not special enough. This could also be a designer, so it fails my SIU test. Tom Ford, Figue, Érotique. Wet, woody, fig. 3 out of 10. It is special, I don't have anything similar. It brings up an emotion or a memory. It makes me feel like I am in a forest after rain, but we also have some figs there. But I cannot see a time when I would wear it in my life, so it fails my SIU test. And it's also super expensive for what it is. Bvlgari Amunae. Yet another clean mask. Long lasting though. Another 13 meets LK Musky. 4 out of 10 fails my SIU test. It's not special enough. And the sales associate at the perfume store, she said that it's super strong, super long lasting. Now I can smell it on the tester strip, but when I smelled it first, I was completely underwhelmed. Fragrance du Bois Wild Orange. Strong and energizing orange. I will give this one a 6 out of 10. It is special, I don't have any other orange fragrance. It brings up an emotion, it makes me feel energized. However, this is not my favorite scent profile. I cannot see a time when I would wear it. I don't enjoy smelling like an orange. But for someone who does, this is a great option. Maybe the best. Initio Lift Me Up. Solar Pretty Joy. I will give this one a 6 out of 10. It is very pleasant, however, it is not special enough. It could have also been a designer fragrance. Amouage Ligne 618. Dusty nondescript perfume. It is special, I don't have anything else like this in my collection. It brings up an emotion, it makes me feel like I am in a vintage library. It is something one of a kind, and I cannot see a time when I would wear it in my life, so it fails my SIU test. And I will give this one a 3 out of 10. Not my style. Amouage Remain. Resinous, deep and woody. I feel dandy. I give this one a 7 out of 10. It is special. It is quite unique in my collection. Although I see some similarities to Mousse Ravageur, I don't have that one. And I'm not a big fan of it. I actually have some intrusive thoughts about Frédéric Malle Mousse Ravageur. That's a topic for another video though. It brings up an emotion. It makes me feel like I am a gentleman, although it is unisex. Sipping some black tea in a dark room next to a fireplace, listening to Frank Sinatra. This is not something that I would wear though, so it fails my SIU test. I cannot see a time when I would wear it in my life. So this one was my favorite out of everything that I tested. Remain is my top. Still, it doesn't deserve a place in my collection. And when I got back from the shop, I showed this to my boyfriend and he said, wow, who would ever want to smell like that? It is complex and Amouage fragrances need time. They are not your mass appealing, simple, straightforward, love at first sniff scents. Amouage fragrances are meant to be slow fragrances. And I actually appreciate the new bottles. Although they are not as pretty, they are refillable. And I always give extra points to a fragrance if the bottle is refillable. My BFF, I forgot exactly the fragrance that I was most excited about. It's the newest release from Armani, Armani Privé. It comes in a white bottle, but it's not this one. This one I'm in the process of decluttering. The new fragrance is called Oud Nacré, and it smells like a baby between Bond No. 9 Tribeca and Baccarat Rouge 540. And the dry down smells like a stale wood for greatness by Initio. I give it a 3 out of 10, and it fails my SIU test, all of it. Mainly the W. I cannot see a time when I would wear it in my life. But the bottle is so beautiful though. And to think that I almost blind bought it. Don't blind buy fragrances. Don't do it. Don't. Today's wisdom is by Heraclitus, and it goes like this. No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river, and he's not the same man or woman. What do you think about that? Let me know below. And let me know also what's your scent of the day and how does it make you feel. I'm sending you a big hug and so much love, and I can't wait to see you next time. And now 2 fragrances that were completely boring for me. One of them was on my wishlist because it was recommended by a shop here in Switzerland. During December, the advent calendar, each day they would recommend the favorite fragrance of one of their sales associates. And this one was one of them. And it's by Atkinsons, Midnight Scented Dream. I had high hopes. However, it's a boring floral. No other rating, it fails completely my suit test. The other fragrance I wanted to try out is by Memo, and it's Odéon featuring Jullien. It's a fragrance that was initially released as an exclusive in Paris a few years back. Now they brought it worldwide. Boring but refreshing. No rating, it fails my suit test. I wanted to try out many other new fragrances like Byredo Gypsy Water Absolu, Xerjoff Gibeon, BDK Velvet Tonka Extrait, Parfums de Marly Athénais. That it's coming in a future video. And I actually went to the doctors, and it is one of my least favorite things to do in this world. It didn't go great. I was sad afterwards, and I still took the opportunity to brighten my day, and I stopped at the shop and tested these new niche fragrance releases. They brought a little bit of sunshine in my day. That's the beauty of fragrances. That's why I love them so much.